I'm a weight loss coach, and what I'm finding, the knowing that I'm coming to now, is rather than finding a way for each person, I'm helping them find their way and their next impulse, and being able to discern that for themselves. And that's how I think I can be of most benefit. And I would love any insight that you have.
Well, we agree with everything that you're saying. The piece that is missing for most relative to this subject is, it's the same piece that's missing for everyone relative to almost every subject, and that is, get on the high-flying disc and then. Get into this vibrational atmosphere and then. Because we remember some years ago, Esther saying, I feel like I should meditate, but I really don't have time today. And that's like saying, I've decided to do each and everything that I'm going to do today the hard way. I'm going to do it the hard way because the hard way works to some extent. In other words, I can bang it out. The whole world's doing it the hard way for the most part. So if I'm just measuring myself against others who are doing it the hard way, then and I'm diligent and really willing to try hard and will put in more hours and will be vigilant and will keep my word and I will do all those noble things that hardworking, progressive people who are movers and shakers do, then I'll be able to make my mark on the chart of doing it the hard way. But there's a whole other way. There's a whole other way that most are not understanding. And so it's not the easiest thing in the world to get someone to all of a sudden flip on a dime and start feeling differently about themselves than they have been feeling, because they have momentum. And so it's a matter of helping them start new momentum, helping them understand that there is a natural rhythm that they will find. But we have to say, and most who are counseling most people about most things don't agree with this initially until they have a chance to get on the inside of it and try it a little bit and see what's going on. Most really believe that they are coaching action, that they are coaching behavior. And it doesn't matter what behavior you coach them to, if they're not in a place of liking themselves, if they're not in a place of loving themselves, if they're not in a place of allowing themselves, if they're not in a place of softness. It's like, here's the picture that we would like you all to have. So, because this is the way that it is. So you are, each and every one of you, the focus of source attention all day, every day. Not just guessing attention, precise. You put the things in the vortex piece by piece, know exactly who you are and what you want, loving, unconditional attention flowing to each and every one of you steadily and constantly. So here you are, the subject of all of that attention. What is your point of attraction? Are you all balled up in resistance because when you were little your mother didn't like you and so you stopped liking you? Are you all balled up in resistance because you're mad at that person or you've made that person an enemy? Have you got this sort of shell over you so that even though source is flowing to you, you're not letting it in because you've got this condition that you use as your excuse to not let it in, and this condition that you're using as your excuse not to let it in, and this condition as your excuse not to let it in. So even though it's all flooding and all flowing and all right there for you, and all you have to do is just wake up and not think a negative thought for a minute, and some will get in. Wake up and meditate for a minute and stop that spewing of resistance. It's like you're walking through clear space and you're spewing resistance that's, in this example, a red inky mist. And so now you're complaining that everywhere you go there's this red inky mist all out there. It just never dissipates. It's always there. It's always thick. It always kind of blocking view. And we say, stop spewing it, and after a while it will dissipate. After a while it will dissipate and you'll be in that clear space. So that's what you all, as teachers and uplifters and counselors and mentors for so many people, that's what you are wanting to be for them. You're wanting to help them with the soothing. You're wanting to say to them the things that the source within them is saying to them that they can't hear because they've got themselves all blocked off. You have to say, it's okay, and you're doing really good, and it's going to be fine, and I'm really proud of you, And this is a good thing. And this is not going to be as difficult as you might have thought it's going to be. And easy does it. And I know this for sure. And it's going to be okay. And we're finding that path for you. And you are the creator of your own reality. Now, a lot of them aren't ready to hear that. So don't lay that on them too soon. They might freak out. But as long as you know it, as long as you know that they are the creator of their own reality, and that the reality that they have created is in the vortex. They have created a reality that is exactly what they want. So as a mentor or a teacher or a guide, what you're wanting to do is to soften that vibrational barrier that they have established over a long period of time, so that some of what they want can reach their cells, so that some of what they want can reach their mind, can reach their impulses. So you are soothers. That's who you are. If you are a coach, you are a soother, because you understand what the work for them to do is, to soften that shell and let the well-being, not that you are asserting to them, the well-being that they have asked for and that source is flowing to them. You see, that was really good. In fact, that was the best conversation we have ever had about that.